Good evening. Day 6. Um, Today I am exhausted. The walk yesterday ended up not being 2.5 miles. It was 3.5 miles. And as it stands, this upcoming Wednesday, I'm going to be trying to walk 100,000 steps. And so I think in order to be able to achieve that goal, I'm going to be doing walks the next couple days, just to ensure that my body is comfortable and capable to at least do something reasonable with that notion. Additionally, it's been a long time since I've walked or ran outside and devoted to that. I haven't done it since my dogs passed, and I feel okay enough tonight to walk out and do it. The moon is bright and beautiful and wonderful, and the smoke has been clearing up. So yeah, I'm gonna walk my usual neighborhood route that I haven't walked in a long time. My neighborhood route is about a mile, pretty much. It's usually a 20-minute walk. That's probably what we're gonna look at. And I don't know if I'll film this whole thing. I may just want to sit with it, but we're staying moving, we're staying active. It's running extremely slowly, okay? Guys, trust. They put in a new pavement here, which is fun. Hello. So tonight I rewatched my third feature film that I did back in March, called Writer's Block. Because I was discussing the film with a few folks I know. One close friend of mine pretty in-depthly, and then another folk who I just met who was interested in the fact that I do improvise films, and as such I was thinking about them. It's been a long time since I've given them a lot of thought, and I really came to the conclusion that I needed to rewatch that third one. I felt extremely disconnected from that film and in general, as a whole. And rewatching that film sort of, I think, reconnected me to my life a little bit. I think, again, so much of my personal beliefs shifting and evolving in the last year, and especially last few months, has really taken me out of it. But this film reminded me of sort of like the bare bone principalities that I don't really want to let go of and are still present, and I think have gone a bit off the wagon wheel with. And I just love this movie with all my heart. It's got a couple scenes that could have been shortened, a few parts that I really wish I could have shot better coverage for, or whatever have you, while I was doing it. But it really is such a great watch, and it's such a somber, like, serious, emotional film the first 34 minutes, and then it breathes into this deeply sincere and hysterical and just wonderful comedy of sorts that I really truly do think just works when it really doesn't need to and kind of shouldn't. And it's amazing because I always thought of this film to be Max, my friends who I did the movie with. I always thought it to be his movie, and I would find it obnoxious to ever sit back and say like, no, this is our movie, but really, truly, it is equally his film and my film in terms of how we're involved and what we experience and our honesty. I really think it's the film I'm the most honest in of the three. And I knew that was the case, but this one, it feels like there's some actual genuine moments in it. I don't feel like I'm acting at every point, and I know that, and that's nice. And there's a point where I just look at the camera and I say, not all shit needs to be formal, guys. And I was like, and I took that personally, because I look at my art sometimes with such a formal, technical lens, and I'm very mean to myself and my art and what I do. In general, I've always had a hard time being kind to little old me. Beautiful lights, man. Oh, those are gorgeous. Those are new. I love them. That's wonderful. But, I'm slowly, surely working and learning to be more content with who I am and where I'm going and what this life is and just all the things. And I think rewatching this film is kind of what I needed to do to revive that in a way. At least in the certain respect in which it satisfies. Artistically, emotionally, value-wise, friendship-wise, all the things. But it, leads me sitting back and makes me feel comfortable knowing that I am an artist and I have the capacity to make good things. I'm not a sham, and I think that's cool. And I just truly hope that I would never, ever put that aside. It's so pretty. And again, so much of that has gone into the disciplinary acts of doing these runs and getting this movement in every day, working on projects actively, and trying to play guitar every day. It doesn't mean it's perfect. Like, I don't run every single day. Sometimes I need to walk. I don't get guitar in every day. And when I do, sometimes it's only a few minutes, and other times it's 30. Some days I spend 6 hours on my project, or more like 4. And other days, I might just open up the file and think about it for 10 minutes and then I move on. Sometimes it really is just the flow of things, but so long as an effort is being put in and following through is ensured and there's continual persistence in doing the things that you care about and that are difficult and that are good and that are joyful and that make this life worthwhile. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's what's needed. And I'm just continuing to return to consistent reminders of that. and remembering that I have the capacity to say those words. It's not, a soliloquy only meant for a set group of people. So it's getting easier. Thankfully. I'm just moving forward. Literally and metaphorically. It's the best we can do. So I'm gonna keep fighting on and keep doing what I can to be better, and for my sake and for others. Crickets! This smells good too. I love crickets. I took a lot of photos of my brother under this tree because I liked how the light sort of peers over it and you get a lot of wonderful shadow work. And my dog was with us on that shoot. I used to walk her these routes all the time. I still just can't believe that she's gone. But now it's starting to feel like I can walk in the house more easily, and I just kind of in some ways think I'm just brushing it off. I'm kind of bummed sometimes that it's not affecting me more in different ways. But also I just think this grief is less immensely verbal compared to my first 2 go-arounds with it. And as such, it shifts the prospect quite a bit. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to. I'll be going to Arizona this weekend with my dad. It's coming up in just a few days here, and I'm so excited. I feel dreadful that I have to wait any longer. I feel the most free when I'm far away. And I'm learning to allow myself to just do that. I have a car I can drive, and I just frequently don't. Oh, there's a kitten. Kitten. No, it's interesting because the trail I take going up my street is where I filmed my first movie too, and sometimes I sort of think it might have been better if I shot that first film somewhere else, because then I wouldn't have to replay the film whenever I walk by. But at the same time, I'm also just I really love that movie, and it's sort of like the first major creative project I was genuinely proud of and joyful and excited about. I felt like was a genuine step in the right direction creatively. And I did that film with my friend Kaya, who I deeply, deeply admire, and who was always such a marvelous friend to me. throughout high school and late middle school. And in general, I think just the set pieces of what my films are, it really is a cement of what I want to do. I want to tell people stories. I like the reality and the honesty of the everyman and the day-to-day person and the people who are just getting by. I find that so much more intriguing to me than here we go. It's another great cricket spot is in these bushes, and this is where some of my favorite scenes from that first film are, in front of these bushes. Some great shots. The film looked good. It was a wonderful day to shoot. But no, I like portrait films. And I think it's been my love for a long time, as long as I can remember. And now it's just sort of been solidified. I love crickets. Me and my dad, when we would go on walks, we would always go cricket hunting. And we would look for all the crickets and sit by the bushes and just listen. And there was this one that was actually, it would sit in the sidewalk crack just in front of our house. And you could physically see it if you shined a flashlight in there. Occasionally you could even see it just a bit without the light, which was amazing. And it was funny because, it wouldn't leave. The sprinklers, I love sprinklers. I love the sound. But it wouldn't leave, it just, just be there every night, same spot. I just forgot how to walk for a moment and my legs fully gave out there. What the flip was that? Hello? 1 foot in front of the other, please. I almost just tripped, man. I literally went halfway down and somehow stayed balanced. Brilliant. My legs are tired. They shouldn't be tired already, but they are. It makes sense why. I get it. I'm not mad with them. But I want to make portrait films, and I want to write more scripts that are portraits, and I want to engage with all these concepts more. I really think I am at a point where it is time to write again. And it is solely up to me and my duty and my due diligence to make that happen. I just gotta get started. Again, because I was working on a script a few months ago. It's gonna be easier said than done, but as long as we get back on it, and perhaps it's another one of those a little bit every day, I reckon we'll get back to it. Because I really think in 26 I'll have my first script done. And then, I don't know. Maybe next year I'll have my first scripted film done. Who knows? I don't know. What I do know is, in 6-7 months from now, I'll make another improvised feature film. I don't know with who, and I don't know what it'll be or how it will look like. Maybe I'll have more equipment. Maybe it'll be the same damn thing. Although I don't think it will be. I think I'm ready to breach into new territory with these films. I somewhat did with Writer's Block because it was in a different location. But I don't know whether it's having a broader cast or um, going with a different genre or just having more equipment. I don't know. Excited to try things out, but I don't know. What I think could be really cool would be like to go to the Grand Canyon, like camp out in Arizona for a weekend, and then have that be the set piece. I don't know. $2,000? Anyhow, I'm home. 20-minute walk. One around the whole block. That's our mile run, so. Thanks for watching. Stay motivated and at it. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.